But we'll start with Dina. What kind of a week have you had? I heard 45 media interviews. Is that right?
I don't know. I haven't been counting, but it's been a really busy and semi-tiring week. But it's been great. It's been great to see the support that us as a team we've got from all the public back home. I mean, when we're out there, I think we're in like a little bubble. So we don't actually know the impact that it's had on the nation. So to come back and to kind of understand that and then be chased for so many things this week has been great.
Did anybody in those interviews ask you your favourite designer shoe brand?
Oh, wait, no. Actually, wait, no, yes. Yes, they did. Oh, sorry.
What is it?
What is it? I don't know. No, Malone Soulier's, like, it's a really strange one. See, this is, you guys are going to all be like, fascinating, like, don't really mind. But, yeah, no, I've been asked a few clothes questions, so, yeah.
Let's talk about your race tomorrow, because notwithstanding that you're a triple European champion, it is a tough one. You're going against Shawnee Miller-Weibo, who hasn't lost at any distance to anybody all year, and it's a pretty decent field either side of that, skippers, Talu and others. What are your thoughts on it?
Oh, yeah, definitely. It's more like an Olympic final tomorrow, so I am really, really, really excited. It's typical that we've got an Olympic final straight after Europeans. I was like, great. But, you know, I'm really, really excited. You know, the girls, we don't kind of avoid racing each other. We always just turn up, and I think this race in Birmingham is a great demonstration of that.
Do you feel there'll be a reaction either way from Birmingham? I mean, from Berlin, will the form of your life continue, or will you get a bit of a reaction having had a high 7 days ago?
We're going to see. We're going to see tomorrow, aren't we? Obviously, I'm going to go out there to run my best. I always give 100%, and especially in front of a home crowd. I want to go and do everybody proud. But we're going to see.
And Shawnee had the better of you at the Commonwealth Games and in the Rabat Diamond League meeting. Is it going to take a perfect race from you to take her down?
I think it would take more than a perfect race for me, because Shawnee is a fantastically talented athlete. You've seen she's just run 48 9 in Monaco over 400, which is out of this world. So she's so infinitely talented, so it would take a lot from me.
Yeah, just briefly before we pass on to the guys, one guy that never gets mentioned enough is John Blackie, who's been coaching you since you were about 2 or something, and has done an amazing job. But he's quite a low-profile coach, isn't he?
He is. I've got so much love for John. Anytime that he's been brought up, it brings a smile to my face, because he's just one of those people that's genuinely like a God's gift, because he's so humble, he's so benevolent, and he's just my absolute rock, and he's my cool, calm and collected coach when I can be a bit excitable. So everything that I've ever done is entirely like credited to him. So yeah.
And notwithstanding that we're just 1 week beyond a championship final and you're doing the 100 metres at the Diamond League final, do you feel like now is the time to put down a marker for the World Championships next year for Doha?
I think I'm pretty satisfied with what I did in Berlin in terms of if you're thinking about markers. I'm happy with that, because at the end of the day, we all need to be able to run fast times, but the most important thing is to do it in finals and when the pressure's on. So I was very happy to have done 2 PBs and 2 championship finals, and yeah, the rest of the season is just about having fun and seeing what else I can do now.
Let's turn to Noah, fastest man in the world this year. Your name often comes up in who's going to fill the Bolt void, because you do a bit of rapping, you've got a good old celebratory line, and you win. You get asked that a lot. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I get asked that a lot, and I've me and my agent actually come up to like reasons to like answer it, because everybody wants a different answer. So my newest idea was like ask everybody who's in the field. So Zharnel, you want to be the new Usain Bolt? And Exactly. Who's gonna say no to that? Like, everybody wants to be the new Usain Bolt, so yeah, I'm gonna say yes. And I mean, I don't want to be exactly like him, but I want to find my own way, and I want to transcend the sport also, and find new ways to get fans interactive, and maybe get my social media just a different vibe than some of the other people that you might see. But yeah.
You don't do rap spontaneously, do you? You need a studio, you need a bit of backing music, or can you do some right off the bat?
I think I have something off the bat.
Where you go?
Hang on. I'm a sight for sore eyes, a man with little time, and a future so bright I make your eyes go blind, but I'm quicker than you think, so don't blink or you'll find yourself in the upside down like an unfunny clown. And I spit more fire than a dragon looking for Bilbo Baggins when he stole his loot. Watch your ears, because I just might incinerate those too. And I must be getting blessed with timidity times 2, because I got God right behind me.
Very good, very good. Look. That's a very difficult audience to please. Well done. So we've talked about what an amazing women's 200 metres tomorrow, but the men's 100, the race of the year, and a mistake in the heats, and there could be some big names go down in qualifying, couldn't there?
Yeah, I've been looking at that field like a few times, and I'm just like, oh, that's a fast time, and that's a fast person too. And you know what? Ooh, wow, this is okay. You know what? Everybody's not gonna make it to the final, but either way, I think I think everybody's gonna be trying to pull out their best, and a lot of people, as we're getting to the end of the season, is putting down a lot of PRs. And even a teammate, Jake Harvey, who I haven't seen in so long because he represents Turkey, but he's been in our group, but he left, I think, in April. He just got third at Europeans, and I was like, I didn't even know he was there. And now I see him on the list, so I'm excited even more because we've never raced before, but he's been running 9.9s a few races, and I'm really excited to see just be able to run with a teammate and, again, run against fast people and show my worth.
Well, I think more than half the field across the two heats are under 25, and almost everybody, barring one or two, are sub 10 this year. I saw a quote from you, I can run 9.4. Is that correct?
I have said that many times. I have a dream where I've run 9.41. Now, I have heard some people run with that and say that I'm going to do that this year. No, that's not a this year goal. That is a future goal that will definitely come later in time. Right now, I'm just trying to fix my start.
Do you feel, the same question as I asked Dina, that even though we're more than 12 months away from the next World Championships and 2 global championships in a row, that the tail end of this season is the opportunity to put down your marker, to stay unbeaten, be the man?
Oh, most definitely. Going into this year, I came in with the idea of I want to be the dominant figure. I want to be the man that everybody thinks when he steps on the track that he is going to win. And they could see anybody's name on there and just going to be like, that guy, right here. Noah Lyles, he's going to win the race. So I decided I was going to use this year to kind of promote myself to be that figure. So in the 100 and the 200, a lot of people haven't seen me run the 100. I mean, the last time I ran the 100 was probably in high school. So now I'm really trying to show that I can be a double runner. I'm not just a 200 runner. I can be a 100 and a 200-meter runner.
Well, we wish you well. Let's pass the baton along to lane 1 here and Zharnel, the man that Usain Bolt calls captain. Is that right?
Yes, you're correct.
Because of your flying?
Yes, that's
Tell us a little bit about that. I think most people know the background to it, but that's your future and that's your present enjoyment.
Yeah, I've been flying in Jamaica for over a year now, something I've always had a passion for. And once I moved to Jamaica, I wanted to start when I was 16, but my mom held me back from doing that. So she didn't actually sign the form to say he's allowed to. So when I turned 21, I immediately went back to the school and I signed up and I started to pay my way in. And it's been going really well. I've passed my private pilot license. So I now have my private pilot license and I brought the solo record as well.
And what does that mean? You can fly little 2-seaters, 4-seaters, that kind of thing?
Yeah, the little foot planes.
Are you a flash flyer, or are you a very safe and conventional? And
I'm very safe, man. I follow the rules and make sure I go over my checklist all the time.
Let's talk about this race tomorrow, because as we've already alluded to with Noel, it is a phenomenal field. Even in the heats, no room for error at all. And you must feel a little bit of pressure as the #1 European now.
To be honest, I don't feel any pressure going into the race. For me, it's just to stay focused and focus on myself and going out there what I've been doing all season, which is to execute my race and tend not to focus on the guys. I mean, the field is really stacked, and I'm really looking forward to great competition. So with great competitions is fast time. So as long as the win is okay and us guys go out there and be healthy, I definitely think that we can give it the crowd a performance that they'll be expecting.
Might it take sub 10 just to make the final?
Definitely.
Can you rap spontaneously? Just
No, I'm not good at rapping. I leave that to Noah Lyles.
Okay, questions from you. We do have a roving mic, and it is important because we're being streamed by the IAAF, so they need to hear the questions as well. Remember, this is your only chance for Dina. The other 2 are available afterwards. Tell us who you are and where you're from, please.
Hi guys, I'm Jo from Sports Liberated, and you're all on the cusp of being just world-class athletes, but along with that comes the extra attention, the social media and all that side of things. How do you manage that side? I know I've seen you interview Matt Hudson-Smith, it was very funny, on your YouTube channel. You've got all that side of it to come. You've clearly got the talent. How are you going to manage that going forwards?
I guess I'll take this one. I've kind of always thought that social media and creating a personality outside of track was very important since I was young because growing up with all this social media, I noticed that people like to follow people, instead of just maybe companies. As a company, you can only do so much, but as a person, you can be relatable. And when a company sees that you're relatable, then they want you more. So I decided that I would make that something that I would really hone on to. And I've been giving tons of training. My agent is actually really good. He takes all of his newest people and his young athletes, and we have conferences on just how to, get better at getting followers or putting out good content that people like and are funny, but it's still you. And I understand that not everybody's good at that, and everybody needs those people too, because sometimes they need somebody who's relatable that doesn't talk as much, but they let their actions show for them. So I truthfully just try to be me on all my platforms, and so far it's been working, and I hope it keeps continuing to grow.
Dina, Louboutin, do you want to have a go at that?
Well, with social media, I don't know. I think I have a different approach to it from Noah, because naturally as a person, I'm not necessarily shy, but I'm kind of reserved. So I always say maybe if I didn't do track, my Instagram would be full of pictures of pretty scenery and food and not really me. But I do realize that lots of people follow me on Instagram to see pictures of me. So I post pictures of me. And so for me, that has been more of something that's a little bit more unnatural. Because again, that's just personally, if you go way back on my Instagram, like even 2012 and stuff, there was very little pictures of myself. That's just not who I am. But I've kind of understood that with more of a platform comes more of a responsibility. And lots of people this week have been referring to me as a role model, which I still find very odd. But it's something that at the same time as a female athlete, a black female athlete, I've got to grab with both hands and roll with it, because with a platform, you do have a social responsibility to make sure that children and young people have a positive person to look up to. So with social media, I know when it comes to competitions, I kind of mute a lot of people, I won't go on it as much and stuff like that. But I do just try and be a positive role model. But yeah, I'm not so good at rapping and filming people. That's just not me, unfortunately. I'm an in-person person. So, yeah.
About the captain.
As for me, I try to put out good content in terms of to be as inspirational as much as possible. So in regards to my piloting, I know there probably be youngsters out there who are interested in flying as well. And it's to show that I, besides track and field, I can also do something else which is very professional, which is aviation. And for me, I try to give as much as possible to social media my outside track and field life, which is aviation. Sometimes when I'm back home in Anguilla, I'm on the beach, showcasing the beach and the food and stuff like that. So, I mean, last time I put out a video of myself dancing on the balcony, something that people don't really get to see. But as for me, I have that funny side, but I never really introduced it to social media. I just feel as if that shouldn't be out there. For me, I don't want to be battered about it or anything like that. So I leave that to Noah Lyles, where he goes out there and he flips and does his little introductions whenever he comes out to race. So for me, keep doing what you're doing. Noah, it's working nicely for you. Everyone's different. Yeah.
We'll look out for your backflip. Dina, I want you to try and do the Delhi Alley celebration. Have a look at it online. It is so hard to do. If you win. Oh, can you do it? Wow.
Did I do it?
Well, 6 out of 10.
Another go.
One more go.
Oh my God.
And then practice in case you win tomorrow.
You have to turn it when you're doing this.
I tried.
Any more questions? Yes, Simon here.
Hi, Simon Turnbull, IWF website. Dina, could I ask you, have you had a chance since you came back to sort of look at the sort of historical perspective of what you've done? I mean, I don't know if you've seen the list of triple gold medal winners from the European Championships. Fanny Blankers-Koen and Irina Shevchenko, who sadly died this year, are the first two on that list. And I think you're up to 22nd in the 200, but just behind a stack of sort of stars from the 80s. And just 0.01 ahead of Shawnee Miller, ahead of Shelley Ann, who's never run as quickly as you. Have you had a chance to look at any of that?
No, I haven't really reflected on it. I knew from the competition that I think I was the third person to do the triple, but no, I haven't really reflected on it. And part of that is intentional, because whilst the main bit of my season in the European Champs has finished, and I'm really happy with how that went, I've still got 2-3 races to do. So I'm not going to kind of take a step back and fully take it in, because then you kind of start to get happy and you're like, you know what, I'm happy with this season. But I do have, obviously, the race tomorrow. I do have Zurich Diamond League, and I will end with the Continental Cup, all of which I want to run quickly at. So for me, this week has been mainly about sleeping. I have been struggling to sleep since last Tuesday. So as soon as I got home, it was just about getting 8 hours plus and preparing in the best way that I can for the rest of my season.
Could I just check one thing there? You mentioned Zurich. You're not tempted to try and do both Zurich and...
No. I mean, it would be really nice to be in both, but we are the European athletes, well, the British athletes in particular. We've had indoor Commonwealth Games and the European Championships. So by now, I don't know if I'm just speaking for me, but it's been a long year. So this will be my last 200, mainly because, I'm getting ready to wind down. I still do want to run quickly in Zurich, but I'm getting ready to wind down on the T's.
What are the three of you looking forward to doing once the season's over? Start with Shoe Queen.
Shoe Queen. Where does that come from? You can see my gold nights if you want to stay. No, I'm joking. I'm going on holiday. It's going to be lovely. And I'm going to spend some time just chilling and relaxing in London. I'm going to have quite a long off season since we have Doha quite late next year. And I'm going to eat lots of bad food. Lots and lots and lots of bad food. Lots of sleep and bad food.
Zharnel, you going flying?
For me, I won't be flying. I'll just be chilling. For me, I need as much sleep as possible. I've been really tired. As Dina mentioned, it's been a long season. Really can't wait to just hit on the bed and just be knocked out for a couple days. But as for me, I'm going on holiday. I just started thinking about it last night, to be honest. I don't know where exactly as yet, but I have some plans. Definitely be spending some time with my family, because I haven't been with them for quite some time, so it'd be nice to be with them. And who knows, when I get back to Jamaica, I'll definitely be doing some flying just before the season starts.
If you live in the Caribbean, where do you go for your holidays?
There's so many to go. There's I've been to St. Lucia. There's Antigua, Dominica. I really want to try Aruba as well. It's really pretty over there, so I definitely want to try scuba diving for the first time. I've never done it. I've always been afraid of sharks. Actually, I've always imagined like diving and here comes a shark next to me. I'll fully panic. I know that for sure. So for me, I just want to try that new experience maybe, and hopefully it goes well.
So you're good on the land and in the air, but not quite so good underwater.
Yeah, definitely. I'll leave the underwater thing alone.
Let's ask Jay-Z at the end what he's doing.
Jay-Z. I actually think of myself as a young Kanye. I'm joking. But so my mom is actually getting married the week after Continentals in Jamaica. So I'll be flying there right after I'm done with the season. And Matthew Hudson-Smith is actually going to be joining us.
What could possibly go wrong?
Exactly. But he missed my birthday celebration, so he's we've gotten pumped for this to get his mind off of that.
Questions from you.
Dina, just when we were in Berlin, you were talking a lot about 2018, and you're trying to keep it in a little bit of perspective that areas outside of Europe and the Commonwealth were seeing it as a down year. I mean, presumably there must be quite a strong curiosity on your part to get up against someone like Weibo and against Talou and to actually, you said before you're not looking to set down a marker, but kind of, do you know what I mean?
I mean, every race you want to go into, you want to do well, but I mean, I race these girls all the time. Like, I've been racing them throughout the season. I race them year in, year out. So I wouldn't necessarily call it a curiosity. I mean, we kind of know whereabouts we are with each other. So tomorrow's going to be fun. It's always going to be fun competing in Birmingham in front of a home crowd. But yeah, I'm definitely well aware that Europeans didn't include some of the best sprinters and the best sprinting nations in the world. That's why I keep telling everybody to relax, chill out. Like, the times were good, but like, you don't know how it's going to translate in global competitions.
Presumably psychologically there's an importance to getting wins over these people, getting more wins. I know you've beaten them before with it. You know, more and more wins, these things all count, don't they?
Yeah, definitely. But also psychologically, it's doing it. Again, performing well in finals, because you can win all you like on the circuit, you can win all you like throughout the year, but if you can't perform when it's under pressure and all the cameras are on at the major championships, then you're not going to win the Olympics or world champs or anything. So
you talk us a bit more about your mad week? What's the
Oh.
craziest thing that's happened? And
Craziest thing that's happened.
and just kind of, are you getting now people coming up to you much more wanting selfies? And how's that changed since Birmingham?
Yeah, it's been a bit. To be fair, so now I'm thinking. I've said it to Mary, and I'm thinking, what did I do that was crazy? I slept a lot. Slept a lot. We definitely needed to catch up on sleep. But I think for me, it's just it's the interest. But it's very humbling and heartwarming to see so many people that wouldn't typically engage with athletics, particularly with it being a European Championships and not a Worlds or Olympics. Give you just general well wishes. I got quite a lot of love on social media, like Stormzy and all these people like, oh, congrats, it's obviously really nice. It's nice to see that, particularly in a European year, that you can kind of come outside the sporting and athletics bubble. So I think that's been the weirdest thing for me, the fact that it's not the usual fans that are very much congratulatory. Oh, you know what? I need to sleep again, but that are saying well done. But it's the people who aren't usually that engaged.
One for Noah. I think I'm right in saying this is your first ever visit to Birmingham?
Yeah, this is my first time in Birmingham.
Matt Hudson-Smith, I believe, has been giving you a crash course in Birmingham.
Yeah.
So what has he said about Birmingham?
Oh, he says he loves it. He always talks about coming back here. He's always talking about his mom, and so I'm actually, I think I'm meeting his nan tonight. I mean, he's met my mom so many times, and she's cooked for us, so I think his nan's gonna cook for us, so it's only fair because he raids my fridge almost every day, so.
Do you know what a Balti is?
A what?
A Balti.
No.
He hasn't told you what a Balti is.
Okay, so since he's I tell him all this all the time. Since you're in America, you adjust to American words. When we're in your sound, we can adjust to yours.
Ben at the back.
For Dina, I know you say that you stay in your own bubble when you compete and don't focus on what's going on around you, but can you appreciate that tomorrow there's going to be quite a few big names out there looking to take your scalp now?
Oh yeah, definitely. That's what I love about all the female sprinters. Like, we always all turn up and give our A game whenever we can. Like, there's not much ducking and diving with any of us. So, I'm definitely well aware. And the fact that I'm at home will make it 10 times more intense. Definitely. I'm under no illusions. It's like when, as a relay team, we went into the relay final. Our main motivation was obviously to win and not let the German girls win at home. So it's going to be exactly the same tomorrow, and that's why it's going to be a good race, because for that reason as well, I'm not going to want to put on a bad performance in front of a home crowd.
Will that be added incentive for you to show that the European title means something?
Perhaps, but I mean, for me, I think that we're under some sort of different pressure. Yeah, we're in different circumstances to a lot of people that are in the field. So for me, it's just very much about performing to the best of my ability and what I have in the tank right now. And if that comes with a good time, if that comes with performance anywhere near to what I was able to do last week, then I'm going to be honestly over the moon.
Weather forecast, by the way, is pretty much like today: cloudy, 19 degrees, and 1% chance of rain. So some tickets still available. Any of you online that could promote that would be much appreciated. We've got 4 minutes left if anybody's got any final questions. One here.
Hi, me again. I just wanted to know what you all thought of the European Championships, because as a fan, I thought the whole thing was amazing. Just all the sort of sports going on and all of that kind of thing. And I know, Noah, you've been tweeting about it as well. And I just thought it was a fantastic event, and I just wondered what you guys thought.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you where you say it was fantastic. The organization was really on point. The food was okay as well. The transportation, everything, the whole atmosphere being there. The crowd was stacked almost every day that we were there. The track was super fast, and I really love racing in Berlin. At the end of it, I said to some of the German athletes that I'll definitely like to come back and race there. It's just been amazing championships for me. Every time I stepped out on the track, I really wanted to give my best. The support from the British fans as well that were there, it was just phenomenal. You know, each time that you made a lap of honor, you saw the flags and all the support that was there for us. It was a dream come true, you know, and I definitely would like to say a huge thank you to everyone that came out and supported us on the championship days, and making sure that the stadium was always packed and giving us the energy that we needed to go out there to perform well.
The spectator.
Yeah. So this was. So this is my first time watching European champs ever, mostly because I had a lot of teammates running, and then I actually wanted to see Zharnel run, and I was interested to see how fast the 100 would be. But I was kind of more coming in and out of days, mostly for the 400, the 100, and then around the 200. And don't worry, I was watching. No, I watched the trials too, so I definitely saw you were gearing up to drop some bombs. But it was interesting because I was watching and I was like, wow, this seems like an actual world championships. And I was like, exactly. And I'm just thinking, why isn't NACAC or any of these other championships that they have in like how they group them off? Like, why are they not like that? What is that? Yeah, I think that. Why is Europe so great? Why are they doing it so well? And I'm just like, now I kind of want to go to Europeans. maybe I should have just stayed there instead of taking my little break and just like watched my teammate. But I was screaming my head off at Matt going around in the finals. It was like, he's getting out too hard. You're getting out too hard. He's coming down. Yeah. And he's coming off the last turn, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, this man is so far out. And then like in the last 50, I saw him pushing for it. I was like, oh, he's not gonna get the record, but he's so close though. And I was like, I'm screaming because we've been watching Matt since he first got to us in October, and he's been having some interesting races all the way from Commonwealth to some of these Diamond Leagues, and we're like just waiting for the perfect race and put it all together. So it was really happy to see that he put it all together in that last final. So now I'm like, so Matt, you know that you're gonna have to like drop a 43 in Birmingham, right? Since it's your hometown.
Is it true, by the way, that he was so undomesticated when he first moved to Florida that he was trying to cook his chicken rare and wondering why he was getting ill?
It's all true. It's all true. We get to practice, and we have a guy named Gerald in our group, and he's an amazing chef, and he's. And he cut, and Matt's like, yeah, I cooked my chicken medium well. I said, Matt, what? He's like, yeah, I cooked. You had a little bit of pig. Matt, chicken isn't cooked medium well. Oh, I'm like, well, you know what? You're just gonna. We'll cook for you. We'll just start coming to our house, and we'll start cooking for you.
Got a chance for one last question if anybody's got one. Yes, at the back there.